for my son as he grows up.
Yeah.
All right, well, here it goes. Dear 2020, thank you for showing me how resilient, determined, and inspiring my son Sean was. We started the year with big plans to travel to London. Sean has been working extremely hard through 2019 to qualify for the Pokemon World Championship. In February, we found out that he earned a spot in the competition, and we were looking forward to supporting him in his big goal to attend the live event in London. Even we, the parents, were excited about the opportunity, so there were no words to express what would have it meant for a 15-year-old boy. This event would have been the dream come true for him. Then COVID-19 hit and the event got canceled. I expected Sean to be upset, to be super sad, to not understand or agree with the cancellation. Yet, I think I was more upset than he was. I remember him putting his arm around me and telling me, "It's okay, Mom. I understand. The world needs a different focus now on fighting this pandemic." Wow, I thought, who taught him how to roll with the punches? Maybe I did. I had a few stories of my own that I shared with him from my past. So, what happened next was really what I'm super grateful for to have discovered. As everything he loved to do got shut down, instead of falling into deep sadness, Sean got even more focused on his other goal, his long term goal. He wants to be an engineer and build robots. He has been wanting to do this since elementary, where he first became part of the robotics club. He has even co-led that club at school with a volunteer parent, an engineer, for a year. Then the next year, he designed a new curriculum for the club and was ready to take the club and his leadership to the next level. Unfortunately, the parent could not volunteer anymore, and no other parent stepped up to support. So, in order to build robots, he figured out that he needed to go to college. And in order to go to college, he needed to skip the pre calculus class at his high school in 2020 so he could get into calculus class and then from there to other higher level math classes. Turned out one of his friends has just done this 2 years ago with the approval of his math teacher and the school's math board. So Sean got excited. He talked with his math teacher, wrote emails, checked with his school council, and lined it all up. Then he came to us and announced his goal and asked for our support. We were curious and asked, what would you have to actually do to be approved to skip the class? He casually responded, "I have to read the pre-calculus e-textbook, do all the exercises in the book, and turn them in by September." I don't know how many of you have seen or held a textbook before, but every book Sean brought home from school could have been used for self-defense because of how heavy they were. Thus, I knew this textbook must have been no exception either. Sean had a plan though and accepted the opportunity. He started slow and then ramped up his studies in the last 2 months. He worked for hours, watched YouTube videos, chatted with friends, joined a math support group. I mean, he was determined to figure this pre-calculus out. We even left him at his grandparents' house in August, so his little sister couldn't bother him and that he could finish. And he did. He finished strong. His face was filled with pride, excitement, joy, and a sense of self-worth when he was told he was approved to skip the class. I recognize that face. My clients have that face when they trust themselves to the fullest and believe they can achieve anything they put their minds to do. Sean stayed focused, believed in himself, and achieved his goal. What will he achieve when he will be 25, 35 years old, I wonder? When me and my husband were struggling to see further than our backyard during the pandemic, Sean was showing us how to focus on one thing, on what is important to us, despite COVID challenges. When me and my husband were feeling overwhelmed and not seeing possibilities, Sean told us to look for only one thing that was still possible right then in that moment. And when I felt like it was too much to carry the pain of our family and of the friends around us, he silently stood next to me and gave me a big hug. We often hear everything that you need has already been given to you. In 2020, I really understood what this meant for me. Thank you, 2020, for showing me that the people that I needed in my life to support me were already in my life. They just needed to be noticed and given a chance to help me. Thank you, 2020, for blessing me with such an amazing person who happens to be my beloved son. I'm grateful to be his mother.
Wow, amazing.
Thank
So
you.
good.